Okay, so I've got my wrap deformer on here. I've selected these four vertices. I'm going to scale them, and in doing so, spread these two metal tabs at the end of the needle. Now everything's pretty symmetrical. I'm not 100% sure these pellets are symmetrical, so it looks to me like this side is a little close. So I'm just going to select just those two. Spread that a little further. Now that's actually bigger than we need, right? I mean, the device, or the when the metal tab on the pellet pushes against these two tabs in the needle, they're going to just spread it so that this is going to rub right along that edge. But I'm going to make it wider than necessary because I want that effect in the animation. I want to be able to exaggerate. So animation is a lot like illustration. You're exaggerating information to make a point. Okay, so now that that is selected or created, I'm going to select the needle. If I can get my object, and come here, needle. And I'm going to duplicate it and move the duplicate off to the side here. And that's going to be, I'm going to make a blend shape out of this. Okay, so now I have the expanded version of the needle. I need to go back to my I'm going to use this edges instead of using those vertices. Just as easy. Now I'll go back to my original and see if I can scale those two edges back. Now that would be the ideal position for the needle to come through. This would be beforehand about here. And again, I'm going to go past, if you will, the ideal a little bit. I'm going to make it just a little closer together than it should be because I want to have that extreme or that exaggerated position when I create the animation. So now that I've got the closed and open version of the needle, I'm going to go to my outliner and name them so I don't get confused here. So this is now my base. I'll call it needle base, and this is my needle target. And if you remember from the other times we've done, we want to start by selecting the target, then selecting the base, and then saying form, blend shape. Now there's no rigging or other elements influencing the shape or the position of these two, so I don't have to worry about using that pre-deformation. I can leave it on automatic. And I'm just going to give this a name. So I know what it is. Say create, and then I should have in my shape editor here that name and a tool I can use. So if I start at 0 and push it, I can go all the way open. So I'm smaller than I need to be and larger than I need to be. So somewhere in between, like right about here, that's about the normal size. Okay, so now we'll get into the animation.